Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the signals in Angular. So what are signals? First let's define it. Signals are a type of variable that are used to store our state of some type of variable. Maybe it could be a number, it's a string, maybe it could be an object. So they will store our state in a variable. They are a type of variable, so they will store its state, and when we update from other component or another function, it will update the state of the object or a type of string. So let's see it in action. So let's define first our first state, our first signal. So let's define it by saying title equals signal and 5. Now you can see this is 5 variable, but we are calling it from signal. We are setting it as a signal, and when we update it from another function, it will update its state. So first let's import the signal from Angular core. You can see I have imported from Angular core. Now let's create another function which call this signal, which is update title. Now let's create this function, and also this title, this signal have another function which we can use to update this function. So this dot title equals, not equals, this dot title dot update. Now we can update this title object. We can update it by, we can call a function, and let's set it, not bracket, let's set to value, and let's create a function, and let's create value plus 5. Now you can see when we call this function will update the title to by creating plus 5. Now we need to call this function. So in order to call this function, we need to go to the HTML file, and let's create a button. First let's render our title. We need to create 2 brackets, and let's call it the title, and let's give it a bracket. If it is a signal, we need to create this type of brackets to call the function in our HTML file. So let's create a button, and on the button let's create click me, and let's call a function. To call a function, first we need to create a click function, and we need to call the function, which is what is its name, update title. Now we need to create this function. You can see now when we click this button, it will update the title, and this function will call the title, and the title will be updated by 5 every time when we click the button. So let's go to our browser. First let's save it and go to our browser. You can see now it is the pattern is like this. Now when we click this, you can see it will update the title, it will call the function, and the function calls the signal, and the signal will update by 5 every time when we click this function. So the other is if you want to store this signal to another type of signal. For now we need to update only this variable, but if you want to update from another variable, or if you want to store with another variable this signal, let's say if you want to title 2, and this is another signal, but this signal stores the value of this title. So in order to do that, we need to use computed value. So computed computed. First we need to import it from Angular core, and we need to create a function. Now this dot title. Now this title2 is also another signal, and but this signal, this title will be updated when this title, the first title, will be updated. So we need to store title2. You can see now. Let's create another h2 element, and let's set it to title2 and save it. Now let's go to our browser, let's save it all, and let's go to our browser. Now you can see this is title2 and this is title1. When we update this title, this title is depending on this title, and this will update. You can see it will update. The pattern is like this. This is signal2, which we have created on the second time, and this is signal1. This is the first variable, and when we update this variable, store this variable. So when we update this variable, it will notify this variable, and this variable will update also. So you can see when we click it, the first variable will update, and the second variable is depending on the first variable. So when we update the first value, the second value will call the first value, and the second value will notify the second value and update the value. So you can see the pattern is like this. So you can see we can use the computer to update or to access the first value of the signal, the other signal, to update this second value. We use computer function to do that. Also you can't use like this. You can't say like update. It will create an error. You can't update in the computer function. You can't update a signal. You can call writable signal on the computed value. So but you can transform the value like this. You can multiply it by 2. You can do that. Also you can also change to string. You can use like this, but you cannot use a signal function inside a computer function. So you can see now, if I change this, and now this title2 will be a string, and this title1 will be a number. So we can also console log this. Let's when we click this, we can console dot log type of, not like this, type of this dot title 2. Now when we click this, it will console log this title2, the type of title2. So let's go to this, and let's inspect this. Now you can see when I click this, you can see it has transformed to a number, a string. Now if I don't use like this, if I use like without toString and save it, and when I log this, you can see it is a number. We didn't transform it, but you can, as I said to you, you can transform it as you want. You can change it to string. You can update it by multiplying it by 2. Also you can, if it is an array, you can use array methods, but you cannot use a signal methods. So this is how you use computed and signal. The other is the effect method. In order to use the effect method, you need to create first constructor function. You can only use the effect on the constructor function or a factory function. For now, let's use it on the constructor function. Let's create the effect. the effects are used to run any side effect. When, let's say, when the title change, you want to log the title, or whenever the title change. To do this, we use effect. So we use like this. We need to create a function, and on the function, let's console log this dot title. Now you can see whenever the title changes, we need to log it to the console. So this is, we can use the effect to do that. You can see now. Let's save it first, and let's go to this. You can see now, whenever this changes, whenever the title changes, we are going to log it to the console. The value of the title will be logged to the console. So the other is, you cannot use also on the effect. You cannot use the signal functions. So this is how you use the signal, the computer, and the effect of Angular signal. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next.